What's going on, everybody? This is Rene with Neptune Cigars. We're here at the PCA 2023 in Las Vegas. I'm standing here with Mr. Christian Eiroa himself. Christian, thank you so much for being with us today.
Christian what?
Eiroa.
What?
Am I saying it right?
No, you're saying I'm joking.
Okay, I was going to say, man,
No,
I've been saying it right. I've been saying it wrong for 10 years.
Everybody gets the name wrong, so I like joking.
Eiroa, yeah.
Yeah,
Eiroa,
we actually had a shirt, man, that says like E-E-H, row,
Really?
so people get it. Yeah,
to get the point across.
yeah, I know. So I was joking with you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Kinda
Well, good.
See how I put him off guard? That's why I did it on purpose.
I knew he was kidding. I knew I was right.
All
So,
right,
how's
hey.
the show going?
Oh, PCA is fantastic. PCA, it's amazing what happened, and we'll talk a little bit about that now. But the show has grown dramatically. Here at the Sands Expo Center, great host. We have a good year, and we're very happy how we're back to 2017 levels.
Right.
So it's really good.
I was here last year, and it was impressive, but now it's grown even more.
Great momentum. Well, it's been a couple good years for the industry as well, so there's a lot of excitement there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How was it for Eiroa at the company last calendar year?
Oh, it's been real good so far. It's not so much in the U.S., but there has been a globalization of brands for our brands. You know, we're now in 59 different countries. Just this week, we opened up 3 more countries, so it puts us in 60-something countries. So it really is flattering that you could create a product in Danlí in such a small town, and someone can enjoy it. Thousands. You know, I was telling somebody there's a show, Life of the Rich in Central Africa, and there's a dude smoking an Asylum 80 by 6, and I was actually in Danlí, and you start thinking, man, imagine an idea, something that was created here, ended up, I don't know, 10,000 miles away. I didn't measure how far it was, but let's say it was 10,000 miles away. So it really is flattering. It's incredible. And you see a globalization of cigar brands.
Right on. So now the show is underway, day 2. What can you tell us about what we can expect this coming year?
Aha. From our company or the industry?
No, from you guys.
Okay, from us. All right.
From Eiroa.
I didn't know how deep you want to go with the question, bro. We're venturing into the aromatic cigar world. So we have 4 different ones. This is one of them. This is called the Asylum Cool Brew. It's something different for us, it's a departure. It's if any brand could carry that off, it would be something like, if any brand could carry that off, it would be something like the Asylum brand. It's known for being rebellious, it's known for being a cigar that if you're 27, 20 years old, and obviously 11, 12 years, so now we have guys that go well into the 40s and 50s. I've been smoking the product since the very beginning. So it's a new venture in.
All right, so what do we have here?
We have 2020, of course, there was no trade show. And in 2021, everybody was still in the caves. No one wanted to come out of their caves. So we had to make the trade show, and we had to entice customers to come to the trade show. So what we did as a company, it turns out everybody else was thinking the same thing, or a lot of other people were thinking about the same thing. We came out with PCA exclusive cigars because we said, look, you know, this is the trade. The trade show is very important to the industry. We need retail attendance to the trade show. We need to differentiate customers that come to the trade show and customers that don't go to the trade show. So we came out with a whole line of PCA exclusives. The first was in 2021. This was a PCA 2023. We did one for Asylum. We did one for Eiroa. And this year, the C.L.E. is new. So I'll explain each one to you guys. We change the blend every year. This year, we're using an Oscuro Habano for the Asylum PCA. The boxes, we actually got a patent on the box where the lid itself is also an ashtray. It is a great, this is a perfect gift if you're going to visit somebody's house and go to somebody else. You have the gift, and the box itself turns into a table.
Keepsake.
Already.
And a keepsake.
Yeah. People keep cigar is really good. I mean, we don't make boxes, we make cigars, but we put them in nice boxes, at least in this case. This is about a scooter, is going to have a lot of body. If we move over here a little bit, see this is the Eiroa PCA, also the third one that we do in the line. The Eiroa PCA we use in a Maduro wrapper. So both the Asylum and the Eiroa PCA are going to give you a lot of body. I'm known for the full body cigar. I want to make sure that we maintain that consistent. But if we move a little more to the right over here, now we venture into the C.L.E. PCA exclusive. This is the first year we do a PCA. We used a Connecticut wrapper from Ecuador, and I went against my nature. This cigar is medium body. I really do believe that I see the market asking for something in kind of like this flavor profile. I think the cigar is going to do real well. All the PCAs will probably be shipping around August. You will definitely find them at Neptune Cigar. They'll be able to get these cigars for you. And let's move a little over here. All right. What you're looking at now is the Asylum Sensorium. And did you guys bring in the Sensorium?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now you look at the Asylum Sensorium. Asylum Sensorium is a cigar. It's higher price, $50 to $60 price range. What makes this cigar so special is a seed called Pinareño. Pinareño seed is, or we're using the Pinareño seed name now. We will change that name. There was a gentleman named Tino Argudin. Tino Argudin was Fidel Castro charged him from being in charge of all the tobacco plantations in Cuba and in charge of tobacco in general. Tino Argudin definitely did not want to have anything to do with that regime or Fidel Castro. So he is the guy that took the Cuban seeds out of Cuba and took them to Honduras. The stories you hear about the coffee cans, all that, he's the guy. This is the seed we're using in the Sensorium. We tried growing this seed many, many times. It's very susceptible to many different ailments, especially blue mold in Honduras. We've never had very many successful crops. My father has never had really that many successful crops with it, but he keeps trying. You know, he's just resilient that way. This cigar has some of that filler in it, and I'm developing 4 farms. 1 in South America, 3 other farms in Honduras. And these farms are the ones that I'm trying to grow this tobacco in because I really want that. I believe in that tobacco. My father claims that it's even tastier than the authentic Corojo tobacco, which is what we're known for. So I want to see. I got to see if the old man is right, and I got to challenge. I got to find out on my own. What makes another thing interesting about this cigar, please, if you buy one, do not smoke it without first. You got to smell. You got to smell the cigar. You got to open up. Because we blended, cedar becomes part of the flavor of the cigar. It's just the way it's done. The cigar is very special. There's a special gift. If you ever buy this, make sure it's a gift for somebody. You sign the name of who you smoked it with. You keep the box, get a Sharpie, something very nice. So the individual coffin itself becomes a present. So that's something interesting. You guys want to find something special, I'm sure you guys will find these in Neptune Cigar as well. And these guys do a good job, and they carry this product. We only have probably 70 or 80 stores that carry this product. We did that on purpose. We only want people that can present the product the right way because we just didn't want it sitting on a shelf someplace, right? Now, when you walk into the stores now, you guys might find that Asylum looks a little different. What we wanted to do with Asylum, same cigar, everything remains the same, but we wanted to make the packaging a little better. The old packaging was a little was clunkier. And what it did was it forced those cigars to be like at the bottom shelf. So we wanted to make sure that we put the cigars, that customers now were able to put the cigars on a higher shelf level so you can see it. So you'll see all the Asylum line, you see the boxes are all going to match, and they're more retailer friendly. And, of course, can't talk about Asylum without talking about the big ring gauges. And here is the April Fool's, also available at Neptune Cigar. We thought that this cigar was going to be... First, it was a post. This is a 90 by 9. It was a post that was done by the guys in the marketing guys at the office. We received about hundreds and hundreds of DMs asking for this product. We said, you know what, let's make it. Let's go with the 90 by 9. Because personally, I thought 70 by 7 was the stupidest thing in the world. So I said, okay, before someone else thinks of it, let me make an 80 by 6, an 80 by 8, and that should have been it. That should have been the end of it, right? Then I know, what's his name? Skip Martin did the Cro-Magnon, which was like a 100 by 10 or something like that. He was the first one to do it. We said, okay, we do the post on the April Fools. People going crazy, so we made the 90 by 9. And now I hear that another company, I think JFR, for some reason these people are always trying to come after us. So they came out with something, a 90, what is it, that 100 by 10. So maybe what we should do next year is come out with 100.1 by 10.1, just to have the largest one. Listen, just joking, we don't care. Make as many cigars as you want, is whatever you enjoy. You know, there was a question about how big you can make the cigars. We actually had with Camacho, our former company, Ripley's asked us to make 2 cigars for them, and those cigars were 6'2", and I think they were like 110 pounds for the Guinness Book of World Records. So there's no limit how big you can make the cigar. So I know that's one of the questions that one of the viewers had, and yeah, there's no limit to how we can make it. I want to make it so it's still smokable and enjoyable. people actually do smoke the cigar. We get the post all the time. They do long ash contests in stores. And listen, man, I think it's just crazy. If anything, one interesting thing about the 90 by 9, 90 by 9 weighs exactly the same as two 70 by 7s. Just like the 80 by 8 weighs exactly the same as two 60 by 6s. I don't know how the math worked out that way. It just worked out that way, but it's true. You want to test it in the store, you want to test it at home. You're going to have to buy a lot of cigars to test it, but it does work out. We're looking here at the C.L.E. brand. This year was a year of Asylum. This year was a year where we changed the packaging of Asylum and made some adjustments. C.L.E., I'm working on some ideas for next year for C.L.E. We'll make sure we present something real nice. Huge for us at C.L.E. is the 25th anniversary. You can find these in Neptune cigar. This cigar is absolutely fantastic. You haven't tried it. If you go right on top, this is the Cameroon from C.L.E. Cameroon grown in Honduras. Halmastron Valley is known for its thick soil. That's where we grow the authentic Corojo seed. My father's been trying to grow this Cameroon for many, many, many years. He finally got it right. It's a really good cigar. If you haven't tried it, try it. If you tried it once before, try it again. Trust me, you're going to love this cigar. And then we have, of course, the C.L.E. line, which is no longer, it's still going to be round now. This is one of the last of the box press you'll see. But C.L.E. and Prieto are both going to be round cigars now. We made that change this year. And then Old Faithful, down at the bottom, you're going to have the C.L.E. Connecticut. Probably our bestseller in the whole C.L.E. line. You have the Corojo right next to it. And the one cigar that deserves a lot more attention right at the bottom is the C.L.E. Habano. The reason you don't see more C.L.E. Habano is completely our fault. But if you go to France, where the Cuban cigars are pretty much disappeared because they're being shipped to Asia now, C.L.E. Habano is a cigar that has replaced the Partagas Series D number 4. It is a fantastic cigar. If you have not tried it, I'm going to ask the guys at Neptune to try to convert some of you guys to that product and maybe do a promotional C.L.E. Habano. That's a cigar, and I'm looking at the people from Neptune right now, not at the camera, so I'm talking to them through you. That's a cigar you need to try. You need to do a promotion on that, guys. People need to try the C.L.E. Habano. We also have it in the 40 by 4 sizes. We don't talk much about, go back, put the camera down. In all the differences, we have the 40 by 4, all these. These are the smaller sizes, the exact same blend. We make them if you only have 15, 20 minutes to smoke. My wife started smoking these cigars. I make them exclusively for her, really. She's the one that forced me to because, very importantly, they look cool in the pictures. You know, women tend to have smaller hands. Big cigars don't look that nice, so the small ring gauges look real cool in the pictures. Plus, she enjoys them. By the way, she asked me to smoke a cigar after dinner when we get home. I know there's a trap, so I did something wrong, and she wants to talk about it. It's only a 15-minute conversation because I can get out earlier. She smokes a bigger cigar; it'll take much longer. So that's why I made it 40 by 4 also. Then here we have. First, let's focus on the Eiroa Dark. Eiroa Dark is my favorite cigar from the Eiroa line. We only make about 35,000 of these cigars a year. Yes, we do have a Neptune, but whenever they're out, it's completely my fault. I don't know if they have a standby list at Neptune. If they do have a standby list, put your name on that list. Make sure you get them when they come in. I don't know if they do baggies and split in 5 cigars. I don't know what they do. But that's one cigar it's worth waiting for. And just put your name on the list whenever you get them and have them ship it to you. On top, we have the Eiroa First 20 Colorado. It's a beautiful third priming. If you look at this one on the right, I'm opening it up for you. The reason I put the tissue halfway because I want people to look at that wrapper. We also box press a cigar because it makes the wrapper look a lot prettier. The second, third priming Corojo wrapper is fantastic. People are going to really enjoy it. And go down, Eiroa First 20. This is beautiful. This cigar is fantastic. Please only buy this cigar when you have 3 hours with nothing to do. Do not buy it if you have to drive someplace and you're smoking in your truck. Don't buy it if you're going out fishing. Don't buy it if you're going golfing. This cigar is the one you buy when you have a couch you want to sit on for 3 hours. No one's going to bug you. Watch a game, drink some whiskey, something. But you got to be relaxed when you smoke that one. Go down a little lower. Eiroa CBT, Capa, Banda, Tripa, Maduro. That you're focusing right now on the 38 by 7. Yes, we do have Lanceros on all the Eiroa line. We also have the 40 by 4 in the entire Eiroa line. And on the bottom, you have the Classic. My favorite in the Classic line, if you go all the way to the right, is the 48 by 4. The 48 by 4, I don't know why I box pressed that cigar. I just think it looks super cool, especially when I put it in the box. That cigar is awesome. That's probably my favorite everyday cigar, especially the one when I don't have darks. That's the cigar you see me smoking the most, and the Eiroa CBT. Now, here, you just get probably a shot. This is what the new packaging looks like. Yes, we also have the 38x7 on the Ogres as well, if you like the Lancero shape. So that's what the package is going to look like on the shelves. It's pretty simple to identify. Here's a challenge I have for everybody. If you're bored one day and your buddies, you want to challenge yourselves. If you ever wonder whether you like round cigars or box press cigars better, try the Medulla Oblongata, buy one of each. When I made this cigar, the blend was so good that first I blend cigars. If you go to the top right here, which is what I'm smoking right now actually. The 50x5 Medulla, a 50x5 Medulla by Asylum. The cigar was real good. When I finished the blend, I said, you know what? I wonder what the cigar would taste like if I box press it. So I box pressed the cigar, and then I couldn't decide which one I like better. Is the exact same cigar, the way exactly the same if you have a scale? I don't know, man. I think you're gonna have to sell scales at the store because I'm talking a lot about weights here. But anyway, if you smoke the Medulla and then the Oblongata, which is the box press version, it's the exact same cigar. They do taste different. I don't know why. Maybe it's the airflow, maybe it's psychological. I don't know what it is. But I want you guys to challenge yourselves with that. Maybe you guys can do something, a small contest. Actually, you know what would be cool? If you guys could do like a poll or something, or something on Neptune, sell some pre-packs and see what happens, see what the response is. Most places come back 60-65% for the box press. It just works out that way. And not only the U.S., Europeans, which didn't care too much about box press cigars, they did the test as well, and they too were shocked that the box press becomes the favorite. But it is the exact same cigar. It's amazing how that works. We have it in natural, and we have it in Maduro. Pandemonium cigar that's fairly new to the line. Pandemonium they're all 8.5 inches long. We have the 52, we have the 60, and the 70 by 8.5. The cigars are awesome, very good. That's a favorite for if you got a long drive. Is one of the favorite for long haul truckers. That's one of the favorite cigars. Is if you got 3 or 4 hours to burn with nothing else to do but to smoke that cigar. Fantastic, has a lot of body. I think that's something you will really enjoy. Pandemonium by Asylum. Then we go over here. We started something called a collector cigar. The first one that we did was the Asylum 7 a few years ago, which celebrates 7 years of the business. In the next couple of weeks, we're shipping the Asylum 11. If you haven't heard about these, place your order. You're gonna love these cigars. Each one comes in an individual coffin. You do the same thing I said with the other one. Take a pen, you mark it who you smoked it with. These cigars start shipping now, and you will probably be able to reserve your cigar for next year. This week is when you can take, we're asking stores this week to place a cigar, their order on the Asylum 12. That will come out in 2024. Cigar is awesome. I change the blend every single year, so pre-order your Asylum, order your Asylum 11s, which you should be getting pretty soon, and pre-order your Asylum 12. So here we're looking at the Asylum 867. That cigar is going to be shipping probably in September this year. Another aromatic cigar for us. We have the Auntie, the Zero, and the Midnight Oil. Pre-order these cigars. Neptune will have these cigars. It's a whole different, it's part of what I talked about earlier. It's part of the Asylum, the Cool Brew. So, the aromatic venture into that world. So I hope that's a cigar you can enjoy. And last but not least, for a lot of guys that like the big ring gauge cigars, if you focus in here, we made the 80 ring gauge Zycar cutter for Asylum.
Wow, Christian, thank you so much. Obviously, your catalog is enormous in all the best ways. It's overwhelming. So we're looking forward to all the new stuff. And before we go, we do have one last customer question for you. All right, so this one comes from John Simmons. He's in Jackson County, Colorado. All right, and he wants to know. So he says, I purchased the Eiroa 2021 PCA exclusive based on reviews on the Neptune website and other websites. I am impressed and very pleased with what a pleasant and rewarding experience I've had with this cigar. I am curious to know if Mr. Eiroa has any plans to produce this outstanding cigar as part of his regular lineup. And I think you touched on that a little earlier.
Yeah, usually what happens with these exclusive cigars, normally we have batches of tobacco that we can't really put into production, but it's a shame to not take advantage of that tobacco. And by batch, I mean maybe 2 or 3 bales, which you can't make that many cigars with a couple bales. So we cannot reproduce that blend in any sort of mass production. So the answer, sadly, is no. We can't do it again. So and it's always the same with any of the PCA exclusives. It's a batch. That's why we're only making 3,000 cigars of each, because we can only make X amount of cigars, very small batches. So sorry to disappoint you. Something close to that you could probably try is the C.L.E. Signature with a Cameroon wrapper.
That would be a pretty good substitute.
That would be a very, very good substitute.
Christian, that's awesome. Thank you for taking the time today.
Thank you, man.
Have a great show and continued success.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, this is Rene with Neptune Cigars. We're here with Eiroa at the PCA 2023. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.